John Delaney's 2020 agenda: national service for young people, prepare for artificial intelligence, carbon tax, and reduce emissions. Oh, and by the way, we can't have single payer. There he is. That's John Delaney. Okay. Former Congressman John Delaney is running for president for some unknown reason, pledging to enact a new national service for all young Americans, a national strategy, quote-unquote, to prepare for the impact of artificial intelligence on the labor market, and a carbon tax, among other measures to fight climate change. He is also vowing large but unspecified cuts to the federal debt. Because unspecified because he's probably going to go after social programs. This is probably a right-wing Republican approach. A new national health program for everyone younger than 65. He's against single payer because he's in bed with the pharmaceutical industry and big pharma and the insurance industry. And re-entering the Trans-Pacific Partnership trade. Oh, good idea. Good. That's awesome. No, it's not awesome. The TPP's terrible. He wants to go back into it. Delaney, who has a far lower national profile, that is putting it gently. That is putting it very gently. That greatly complicates his chance to win. No, he has no chance to win. Or even be competitive in the Democratic presidential primary. Look, okay, so here's something. I have tweeted John Delaney the past 3 days. Every time I tweeted at him, I ended up hijacking his thread, meaning my response got more engagement and positive engagement than his initial tweet. Okay, here's an open letter, which I think I'm eventually going to write the guy. If you get your thread hijacked by a comedian who streams a show from his one-bedroom apartment, and your thread gets successfully hijacked by that guy 3 days in a row, you are not qualified to run for president. You are not qualified to be a politician, really. You should be doing something else. You're not in the right field. You should be doing something else with your life. And in John Delaney's case, you should be maybe a sales rep for a health insurance company, since you love the insurance industry so much. Maybe you can do, I don't know. I mean, there's tons of stuff he could do. It's not my responsibility to find the guy a different gig, but he's not meant to be a politician. And that's why I'm tweeting him. I'm not tweeting him because I just want to be a troll for no reason. I'm tweeting him because people like him are very big roadblocks. He's against single payer. He's against all progressive policy ideas. Meanwhile, he gets stage time, and he is just another hurdle towards us actually having a progressive candidate like Bernie Sanders or Tulsi Gabbard. Hopefully the both of them together. I think that's our only chance. Going up against Trump in 2020. He is a partisan hack who has never had an original idea in his life, at least based on the way he presents himself as a presidential candidate. And people like him need to just get out of the way. They need to get out of the way because people are hurting. We have 45,000 people that die per year because of lack of health care, and politicians like John Delaney are standing in the way of us fixing that problem. So, John Delaney, if you care at all about anyone but yourself, if you actually want to be a public servant, which I know you don't, but if you do, you should do one of two things. One, you should just get out of politics completely because I'm sorry, you're just not qualified to be in it. And you don't even have the propaganda down right. Like it's not necessarily a noble profession in many ways. There are some people who make it noble, but overall it's not a noble profession. But you're not even good at faking it. I mean, that's what the past couple days should indicate to you. That's what getting booed off stage at KDEM should indicate to you. That's what your campaign at large should indicate to you. You're just not meant to be in this. You're not a good enough liar for this. And you're certainly not one of the genuine politicians out there. So, you're not good at being a bad guy. You're not good at being a good guy. You're just not meant for this. Period. So the best thing you can do is either become a Republican, which is what you are. That's just definitionally what you are. I mean, even people on Fox News were saying it. Why doesn't John Delaney and John Hickenlooper just join the Republicans? We'd welcome those ideas there. They would never have to worry about getting booed at a Republican event saying we can't have single-payer health care. We need incremental change on climate change, whatever other right-wing bullshit ideas they parrot. Just join the Republicans. So either join the Republicans and get in that primary field and go up against Trump. You know, you might make some waves there. You wouldn't win, but you know, you might make some waves there. Or just kind of do something else. Do something else. So that's pretty much... Any article about John Delaney should just be like, this guy is not fit for office. He's not meant to be a politician. In a system as corrupt as ours, he's not meant to be a corrupt politician or a genuine one. He's just not meant for this. And that's okay. I mean, there's a lot of people that would fall into that category. If you're like, hey, I have no convictions or opinions, I just want to be a mouthpiece for the establishment because I know it pays well. But then it's like you're just not good at being that mouthpiece because you're just naturally not a good liar. You're just not going to be fit for politics because it's like, well, you can either try to be a diamond in the rough and really connect with people, or you can just be a total tool. Those are your options. And I'm not saying it should be that way. I'm just saying that's the way it is. You know, if we're being real, that's the way it is. So if you're not able, you know, to be a diamond in the rough because you don't have any opinions or convictions, and you're not a good enough liar to be one of the corrupt politicians, which is most of them, you should just be doing something else with your life. So either give the Republicans a shot, see if that changes things for you, or, you know, go do something else. I don't know what you should do, John Delaney. I'm not your career counselor. I don't have anything for you there. I recommend not being a writer. I mean, your tweets are pretty fucking horrible. I'm sure someone else writes those for you, although I don't know how that guy can afford a staff based on how horrific his campaign is, but yeah, who knows. Donor money, I guess. But yeah. Okay, John Delaney, the guy who, a comedian who streams from his one-bedroom apartment, can hijack your Twitter threads on a daily basis, and everybody else is just telling you how terrible you are, and you get booed off stage. Shouldn't be in politics. You shouldn't be in politics. All right. I don't think we need to say anything else about John Delaney. All right. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and make it our own. Get your